So, chat, at the end of the last stream, we had just finished setting up this, what was a monstrosity, which is now, I think personally, looking a little bit nicer, but we set up this Cursed Earth mob spawner using the drop of evil that we got, because apparently, in the overworld now, just wither skeletons spawn in this pack, which is pretty cool, and also, definitely on the Cursed Earth, wither skeletons do spawn. Now, for whatever reason, I think that the mob spawner has continued to work whilst I've been offline. Like, I don't have the base chunk loaded. If we look at my claim chunks here, these are not loaded here. You can hold, I think it's shift and left click to actually chunk load a chunk. I don't have any of these chunk loaded. I'm not sure why it was chunk loaded, but for whatever reason, this has just continued to do its job whilst I've been gone, and that means that we have got way too many mob drops. And one of the first things that I noticed when I first came back onto the server is that the transfer node that we currently have pulling items out of the vacuum chest and into our draw controller here is nowhere near fast enough to keep up with the speed of our mob spawner. Just to like fill you in here, just to bring you up to speed if you missed the last stream, we have got a mob grinder, a mob masher for mob grinding utilities in there with 10 luck upgrades in it. So we get multiple mob drops from every single mob, and thus we have just got way too much stuff. Like, I could take this stuff out of here, but it fills up like almost instantaneously. Look at that, it's already filled up again. It is crazy. So the first thing that I think we need to do is twofold, right? One, we need to respect the sign. We put down a sign at the very end of the last stream. The sign says loot bag opener / storage. So we need to make a loot bag opener, or I think more importantly right now, we need to make a loot bag storage system, because one of the downsides of these storage drawers is that if we look, well, I can't really look here because, and also you may notice I've got 68 levels. That's because I had to go through and just kind of like use as many of these solidified experience cubes as I could just to try and free up some space so that the mob spawner could start to pick up all of the mob drops, because as I said, the server was just, it kept running the mob spawner and the drawers were full, and so items were spewing everywhere. It was a complete mess, and I tried to rapidly use as many of these solidified experience cubes as I could. But as I was saying, one of the big problems with our mob spawner and with the storage drawer setup that we have is that each storage drawer can only hold a maximum of 8 loot bags, right? That's like a ridiculously low number. I think they can hold 512 like bone meal or gunpowder, but they can only hold 8 loot bags. I don't know why it's so ridiculously low. I think it's because like stack it like in one, and I think the drawers can hold 8 stacks of items. But nevertheless, one of the first things we need to do is get ourselves a loot bag storage system so that we don't keep clogging up our storage drawers with loot bags. So if we go to the @loot bag mod here, I don't think this thing is too difficult to make. And the way this works, by the way, I'm pretty sure, is that it doesn't store each individual loot bag. It just stores a number which you can then convert into loot bags later. I think it's like 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, or maybe it's like 64, 32, 16, 8, and 2, something like that. It gives each loot bag a value, and then you can transfer them to different loot bags. So if we wanted to, we could turn all of like our basic loot bags into legendary loot bags, which is pretty cool. Let me go ahead and quickly whack one of these up. And as I mentioned, I don't think the transfer node is up to the task. There are things we could do, like we can put speed upgrades into the transfer node to make it faster. Unfortunately, like putting more speed upgrades in requires that we get grid power. Getting grid power requires that we get a little hit, like we've got to make water mills or some other form of grid power. And whilst that's not particularly hard to do, it's stuff that I've done like a million times before, so I don't really want to do that just yet. And moreover, I'm kind of thinking this is a perfect opportunity for us to put our item speed upgrades to good use, right? In a previous episode, we got 15 extract speed upgrades from Ender.io, and so if we can get a couple of our of those item conduits from Ender.io, we can probably go ahead and start to pull things out really quite quickly using these speed upgrades. So the only problem there is that the item conduits from Ender.io are a little expensive, requiring 3 pulsating iron nuggets to craft. The pulsating iron nuggets are an alloy that you can make either in the alloy smelter or in the induction smelter with 1 iron and 1 ender pearl. I think we'll go with the induction smelter just because the alloy smelter is a pain to craft, requiring like industrial dye blend and organic green dyes and lapis and nether quartz and organic black dye. It's just a whole shebang that I don't want to have to go through just yet. And so I think for the time being, let's go ahead, first of all, and get this loot bag situation under control. Before I start going off on tangents, let's clear our inventory just a little bit, grab all of the loot boxes, and try and put them all into the storage, specifically for the loot boxes, so that we can kind of start to clear out some of this mess and get rid of some of the lag being caused by this setup here. So If I'm not mistaken, the way that the transfer pipes from extra utilities work is that they will try and put items into the nearest inventory first. So if we put this, for example, right about here, and then connect that wire up so that it connects to the loop bag storage, hopefully what should happen is it will attempt to put things into the drawer first. Although now that I think about it, I probably want to put it closer, right? Also, I definitely do want some food, and thanks to the spawner, we do now have like 1 million beef. Like, we haven't seen any cows yet in the pack, but we do have a ludicrous amount of beef, which I'm not going to complain about. The steak is pretty nice. That was nowhere near as much hunger, though, as I thought it was going to fill up. Like, I'm so spoiled by these apples. Like, they're so good. I've said it so many times. I'll say it again. The cooked apples are just ridiculously OP. Like, the fact that they give more hunger and saturation than steak does, I think is just, it's insane, right? It's crazy. Bag storage first, then the storage drawers. Yes, I think this is correct, because we don't want, otherwise the bags would go into the storage drawers, right? We want to make sure that these are the first thing in the line so that if an item can go in here, it will go in here, right? So if we put that there, I'm pretty sure it will try and put things into here before it puts it into the storage drawers. As you can see, we've already got 586 points there. If we were to go ahead and grab like all of these, each one is assigned an individual number. These ones here are just one. You can see we can cycle the bags here to uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary, and each one's got its own like value, and I think it goes up by like a factor of 2 each time. So you go from 1 to 4 to 16 to 64 to 256 to 512. It skips 512 and goes straight to 1024. That sound is just it's just horrendous. Like, I don't know which creature it is that is putting that sound out. Apparently I've opened this one already because it's not letting me put it in. That's fine. I'm not quite sure what MRE does, but I'm sure we'll find out at some point later on down the line. I do want to make a point of clearing out all of these loot bags just so that we actually free up some space in our storage drawers here. But look at this. If I go ahead and, well, first of all, get rid of some of these so I can open this thing. But if I look in here real quick, you'll see we've got 50 ender pearls now, as well as I think quite a lot of friender pearls, and also 2 of these nebulous hearts, which of course can be crafted down into ender pearls as well. So unlike at the end of the last episode where we were desperately waiting to get our first ender pearls, we now have like a plethora of ender pearls, which look at that. We've now got a plethora of ender pearls, which should hopefully get us through the entirety of today's stream just fine. So we've got 2,358 stored loot bag points there, which I believe we can convert into an absolute butt ton of loot bags. And we might do some loot bag opening at some point later on in today's stream. But for now, let's pull out this firewater and this horse armor, which is just perfect. Let's go ahead and see about getting us some item conduits. Ground Zero has pointed out in the Twitch chat that we can use translocators. That's not a bad idea. The only problem with translocators would be that we'd have to move our controller here to be a little bit closer to the vacuum chest. Like, we might have to have it like directly opposite the vacuum chest. But that's not a terrible idea though, and you can make, I mean, we'd have to, no, that would work, right? We'd have to probably move this down by 1 so that we could have it transfer both to the bag storage and then also to the draw controller. Is there a way to set a priority on the translocators? Like, for example, first of all, do we have translocators in the pack? We do. Nice. For example, with translocators, you can have it transfer to 2 different storages simultaneously, right? Now, if we could do that, is there a way that we can specify? I think there is a way to specify. Hold on, let me make these real quick. So I think that this might work out quite nicely, and it's probably, if we use glowstone, going to be faster than the item conduits would have been anyway, even with those 15 item speed upgrades. So real quick here, let me clear all of that out, and let me quickly go grab some iron and some redstone. Another thing that I do want to work on desperately, or work towards at least in today's stream, is trying to get a basic Applied Energistics 2 system up and running if possible, because having all of these chests and all of these small storage crates is really starting to become a bit of a pain in the backside. But let's quickly grab some iron. We might already have a little bit in there. We do. We've actually got 51 in our inventory. So quickly grab ourselves a piston, which needs some cobblestone and some planks. Like so. We'll need just the 1. I think you make 2 at a time, but no, we're gonna need 2 because we want to make at least 3 item translocators here. And alas, it would appear that we do not have enough redstone to make this happen. And so we're going to have to detour just a little bit from my original plan here. And instead, we are going to need to work on getting a little bit of dust. Thankfully, we do have quite a lot of compressed sand. And so getting some compressed dust shouldn't take too long whatsoever. What's the helmet in your inventory? Oh, this one here. I guess it's a mob drop. One of the mobs dropped an osmium helmet when it died. It might not be a bad idea to wear that, honestly, because the osmium helmets are quite difficult to make. Like, you've got to go through all the different tiers of helmet to get to osmium. So probably a better idea than my witch's hat. I'm going to keep my witch's hat on at the moment just because I think it looks better. But please, somebody remind me if I'm going to go into battle to switch over to my osmium helmet if I forget. Check the mob farm for redstone. You are a genius. That's a fair point. We do have quite a bit of redstone in the mob farm here. How much do we have? We've got 63, which is not a crazy amount, but it should be more than enough to get these translocators up and running here. And again, another one of the things that I want to work on in today's episode is trying to get auto sifting up and running, right? We started it a little bit in the last stream. We got our first mechanical user, but today, ideally, we'd set up the process for we need 2 gold bars, by the way, don't we? Yeah. Ideally, we'd set up the process for, producing the sand, gravel, and clay, and then also collecting all of the drops, putting them into like a chest or a storage drawer, and then processing the ingots automatically. That would be the ideal goal. Whether or not we get to that point in today's stream is yet to be seen, but that is our plan. So, if we're going to make this work, we're going to have to move our draw controller. We're going to have to put that right about, like here. Like that, because we do still need this vacuum chest to be on the corner here so we can pick up the items. Yeah, sure. Okay, we could replace the vacuum chest here with something like a oh gosh, it's gonna. I need a chest. It's gonna spew out items so much. We could replace that vacuum chest with an advanced item collector, which might be better, but at the same time would require quite a bit of filtering, I think. Oh no, Dark Trop, what have you done, my friend? He joined the game and the server froze up a little bit there. Oh, I already have chests on me, you fool. Let's go and smelt those up then. Look at getting Spectre coils to help charge the atomic reconstructor. A Spectre coil is something you can just make? Or are they are they from loot bags like they were previously? I assume that they are. Oh, you can make a few of them, like the lower tier ones here. How hard is this Spectre iron to get? Spectre iron, don't you normally get that from, like, killing a ghost or something? Or do you get the ectoplasm from killing a spirit? Whenever an entity dies, there's a small chance a spirit will spawn. Killing that spirit gives magic, or using magic, for example, potions, yields 1 to 2 ectoplasm. Oh, I see. But I assume there is still a chance that we can get the Spectre coils from loot banks, right? I would assume so. And so basically what we're going to do here, first of all, we're going to dump all of our stuff into a chest because otherwise we are not going to be able to hold all of the stuff that comes out of this vacuum chest here in a second. Does it keep its inventory? Or did I lose everything? Hold on. Oh. Gosh dang it. First of all, that was the mob masher that killed me through a wall, which is insane. But second of all, the freaking... Like, there's so many items on the floor in there. Like, as soon as I walked close, they were just like, oh my goodness, please give me my stuff back. All right, look at this. Oh, so that's, gosh dang it, that's where all the stuff went. Let's go ahead and put this here, like that, okay? Then what we're going to do is we're going to put first of all, let's try and dump some of this stuff in there. But again, there's still get more of it. Jeez, look at that. There's some magnetized buff as well that we have that's pulling things towards us like that. But let's try putting a translocator here. Oh, come on, work with me there, and there, and there. And then essentially, what we're going to do, once we get free of all of this, I don't even, hold on. Like, oh, Jesus. I can't even put stuff in the system just yet because of the fact that the draw controller is currently not connected to, oh, I can put the bags away. That's true. I can dump the bags into the bag holder, right? Let's get rid of these. That's going to make at least a little bit of inventory space for us. Also, we can go ahead and claim all of these. Thankfully, even though we died, we do still have 81 levels, which is also kind of insane. There we go. That makes life a little easier. So if we have to enchant anything in this pack, we are going to be more than easily able to do that. All right, let's dump all of these into here. Free up some space. All right. So if we are going to make this work, we're going to have to connect up. Oh, there's all this stuff. We are going to have to connect up all of the storage drawers here to the draw controller, right? Now, we could do that either with another storage drawer, or we could do it with a controller. It's not a controller slave. It is a trim, I believe. Again, let me go ahead and try and... No, please, let me use these cubes. Oh my goodness. the vacuum chest occasionally tries to pull the items away from me, but then the items also try and fly back at me. Like, they're just going backwards and forwards. It is such a pain. The totems, Isaac, they require XP. It's true, yeah. The buff totems. I think, do we still have one lying around that gives us haste? I think we do, right? Like, this ability totem says none. I assume this is the one that had magnetize on it originally. Or did we lose our haste buff? Do you lose, like, your top buff when you die, maybe? But I'm definitely certain we did have an ability bottle that did have haste 5 in it, and we used, or haste 4 maybe, and we used only one of them. Either way, it's not like it's too big of a deal if we don't have that just yet. What I would like, though, very quickly, is to grab some wood, and I don't think that the trim is particularly difficult for us to make. Let's have a look here real quick. It's not. It's just 5 planks and then 4 sticks. So let's go ahead and quickly whip up some of those. I would like the sticks, please. Oh, I've got no inventory space. Kapow, kaboom, and kapow. Nice. We'll come back for that in just a second here. We're almost there, chat. We're almost fully cleared out, all right? So all we've got to do is get rid of these pipes because these are not necessary, like so. Put the trim down there. That's going to connect up all of these drawers here to that drawer controller. And then if we head on back around to here, I don't know if we need an empty hand or not to activate the translocators here, but essentially we want to do something like, yeah, no, I think I do need an empty hand maybe to make this work. Oh my goodness, my freaking inventory. I can now dump stuff into the drawer though, which is nice. There we go. All right. So all we're going to do here is we're going to right click on this, and then we're going to right click on that. Now, it did, oh my, jeez, let me turn down these hostile creatures. Like, that screeching is ridiculous. But you can see that's moving all of this stuff really quite quickly, like a lot faster than that transfer node was able to at the start of the stream. And also, if we do something like this and right click here with glowstone, it's going to move it just like insanely fast, which is fantastic. Now, I think it did move quite a lot of loot bags over. It did. Now, I want to clear those out. I don't want any loot bags in here whatsoever, if possible. I want all of our loot bags to go in here. Now, my question, chat, is there a way for me to kind of prioritize this translocator over this one so that everything kind of tries to go in here if it can? I think you can filter, but you might look like a diamond for that, I think. If I'm not mistaken. Don't you want to click the loot bag opener first, then the draw controller for the order? Is that how that works? So like if I unclick both of these, I mean, I guess first of all, this works for emptying out, right? But if I click this one first and then this one, does that work? Lock the drawers? We could also lock the drawers. I think we have too many drawers at this point. Like, we don't need this many drawers because you can see quite a few of them are dedicated to solidified experience. Ideally, we could replace those, like condense those all down to one drawer and just put in upgrades to make it faster. But let me see here real quick. If I go ahead and take out a few of these loot bags and I put them into here, are they all going to go into the bag storage? Hopefully. I don't think they did. I think they all went into there. Or maybe they split 50-50. Like, we got 4 in here and 4 into the loot bag storage. I think that's probably what happened there. Yeah, okay. A diamond nugget. Yeah, I do think that's the answer, because I'm pretty sure the diamond nugget is added by the translocator mod, right? Specifically for this. Oh, apparently other mods now add diamond nuggets as well, but translocator does add a diamond nugget, I think specifically for this, like, for this setup, for the whitelisting capabilities here. Yeah, but then again, I think it is more sensible to just lock the drawers than it is to try and do that, because also another thing that we're going to want to do is set up the anti-barrel that we were looking at in the previous stream as well, right? The anti-barrel shouldn't be too difficult for us to make now that we have all of these ender pearls, and essentially what we're probably going to want to do is put an anti-barrel down like here, you know, on the other available side, or maybe behind it, like there. And so essentially what we want to have happen is everything in the storage drawers everything that we want in the storage drawers that stacks goes into the storage drawers. Everything that is a loot bag goes into the loot bag storage, and then everything that doesn't stack goes into the anti-barrel, right? I feel like that's going to be the best way to do it. And to make this ideal instead of trying to filter every single item on the translocator, right? Like instead of putting in a filter and then whitelisting every single loot bag, I think what's going to make more sense, as people have pointed out in the Twitch chat, is just to get our storage drawers sorted out, and then once they're sorted out, just lock them so that we have all of the items in the storage drawers that we want in storage drawers, right? It's going to take a little bit more time to get it set up, but once it's set up properly, I think it's going to make life a whole heck of a lot easier. What am I after? I'm after upgrades. Upgrades. Are they called upgrades? They are. They're called storage upgrades. Storage upgrade. All right. So I think the first tier here is obsidian. It is, and this is where we run into our first hurdle right out of the gate, because I'm fairly certain that we do not have any obsidian whatsoever. Thankfully, we should be able to make it, I guess. We need lava, right, though, if we're going to get into obsidian. Can I just jump straight to... Oh, no, I can jump straight to any tier. Okay, never mind, chat. Ignore me. I'm being a fool. In that case, like... How high do I want to go? I might go straight to gold. I don't think I want to go with diamond or emerald just yet, whilst we do have a couple of emeralds. I've got 7, so we've got enough to make like 2 emerald upgrades. Oh, no, we've got enough to make like 6 emerald upgrades. My math is all off there. No, we've got 7 things here, so we've got enough to make 3 emerald upgrades. But nevertheless, I think we'll go with gold for the time being, simply due to the fact that we've already got some gold smelted up. And also, it's a nice compromise between the number of resources that we have and the effectiveness of the storage. All right, Kappa, and then what do we need for the upgrade template? We just need basic drawers and sticks. So essentially just a lot of wood, which is kind of something that we are running out of slowly but surely. The bonsai pot is doing a pretty good job at keeping us in wood, but I can see us running out of wood fairly soon here if we don't like expand our bonsai pot setup. But it shouldn't be too big of a deal, honestly. Like getting a lot of wood in this pack is not particularly difficult. All right, so we'll take all of those. Oh no, wait, is that all right? Oh no, it's like this. I'm a fool. There we go. We'll take 8 of those, and then we'll go ahead and make 8 upgrade templates. We should also look into making some void upgrades as well, if possible, because those are going to help us in not overflowing and not having like items just spewing all over the ground. What happened to the magma stone thing? We still have it. It's just in our... Oh yeah, of course. I'm a fool. Like we made obsidian. It's right there. We just will have it. The lava infused stone. It's just right there. It's in my system. I completely forgot about that. Oh my goodness. Anyway, thankfully we didn't need any obsidian, but if we do still have that ready to go. Isn't the vacuum chest blocked by the grinder? I don't think so. Like, I think the items might be able to get up and in. I will quickly take a peek, though, just in case, because I did notice a lot of items kind of... Oh, yeah, look at that. It is kind of... All right. In that case, then, hold on. Hold on. Thank you for pointing that out. In that case, let me real quick put in some upgrades here. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'll probably get another one. I want 2 more, because I want to put 1 here, 1 there, and then we'll probably get rid of a whole row and try and condense it down. What we need to do, I think, or the easiest way, I think, for us to deal with this is, first of all, by eating. And I think my food might be in this chest over here. I am going to make the item collector. Do not fear, chat. Danish is in the chat calling me a pillock. that was my solution. I'm just going to make the item collector, and I'm just going to stick the item, so we don't have to like redo this. I'm just going to put the item collector on the vacuum chest, and that should suck pretty much everything up. So the item collector, thankfully, is not too difficult to make. It does require obsidian, so we're going full circle here. So we are going to have to get our lava infused stone out. Kapow, and then, if I remember correctly, wait, oh yeah, no, okay. Again, my mind froze for a second. I was like, no, wait, we don't have a diamond pickaxe, chat. How in the world are we going to do this? But we have this guy right here, which I believe we need to have facing sideways. And for that, I'm pretty sure we have to place it up against the block. There we go. Get rid of this. And then, again, if memory serves me right, what we have to do here is put down like the block of water directly in front of it, because the flowing water source block does not work. So... real quick, chat, let me... Oh, gosh, the base is very quickly becoming a bit of a mess. I'm not a huge fan, to be honest, but let's just get a very quick unlimited water source going so that I can do this. And this. Nice, all right. Oh, we need 3, right? We need 1 more. That's fine. Do we need any for the advanced item collector? We do not. We need glowstone and redstone. Nice. All right. So, if we go ahead and stick this down right about here, that should go ahead and just collect, I think, pretty much everything. Yeah, you can see all the items there. They kind of flew up into the vacuum chest. And the good thing about the item collector is instead of trying to physically pull the items, it just like transports them instantaneously. So unlike the vacuum chest, which will try to slowly pull an item towards it like that, you'll see that if I do this, it kind of starts flying, but then at a certain point, the vacuum, the advanced item collector just kind of picks it up. Also, the cool thing about the item collector is that we can increase the range here a little bit. I don't know if we need a bigger range, but if we do like this, you'll see, hopefully, I can demonstrate this by just throwing something on the floor here. It just pulls it away. It doesn't try and pull it towards it. It doesn't do any animation. It just instantaneously moves it from from where it is on the floor into the adjacent inventory. And so hopefully we can just go ahead and grab that. We can. Not quite sure what I'm going to do with all of these trophies. We have like a surprising number of them. I assume as a byproduct of the looting upgrade that we have, but still, like that's a lot of trophies that we got to deal with. But that works, and it's nice. So now if we do a quick check here and we go and look again in the top of our spawner, we should hopefully see that there are no items backing up, which is very nice indeed. All right, so close this up real quick, and then let's freaking organize this storage drawer setup real quick here. And actually, before we do this, real quick, and I keep jumping between things we want to do, but real quick, we should get a key so that we can lock the drawers to hold only the things that we want them to hold. And thankfully, the keys are too hard to make. Also, while we're at it, we should go ahead and make those 2 or 3 extra storage upgrades as well. All right, so, which one of these does not have an upgrade in it? You do, and then you don't. Okay, that's fine. So, gonna upgrade this, and then we're gonna go ahead and throw down. We're gonna move one of these. All right, this is where this chest comes in. So we're going to get rid of that. We're going to move this. Let the collector do its work. Hopefully my drawer is in here. It is. That's going to go right about there. So. I'm not going to be too fussy about trying to make this look good. Like usually if I was trying to make it look good, I'd try and put items that, I'd put certain items close to other items, right? Like I try and put all the mob heads together, I try and put all the mob drops together, but I think I'm just going to try and get every item into a drawer and lock it. I think that's going to be a much easier way of doing it. So, like this bottom drawer that we have here seems fine. Like all of these are items that we're going to get in bulk, and I'm happy to lock that. This one also seems fine. Gonna lock that. This one, again, seems okay. Lock that. Lock that. Don't know how many hearts. Apparently I've only got 45 hearts, so I will lock that as well. This seems fine. I just don't want to have any overlap is the thing. I don't think, apart from like this experience cube, I don't think there's any overlap that I can see at least in these first 2 rows. So I think we're fairly safe to go ahead and lock pretty much all of those apart from this one, because I want to empty out all of these experience cubes and then put them in over here like that. Okay, so I think that's fine. If we do end up, so these should be locked empty now, I think. I don't think anything can go in there. And so hopefully going forward, all the loot bags should end up in the loot bag storage, which is good. Do we have like glands? Are those in there somewhere? They are, they're over there. Let me just quickly do a bit of dumping here, just to kind of dump anything that is dumpable. Like this gunpowder and these guys and some of this stuff. I highly recommend void upgrades. Yes, void upgrades are a high priority on my list. I mentioned them just a minute ago. I guess witch trophies need to go somewhere. Can't believe we've got so many trophies. Witch trophies can go there, that's fine. Nebulous hearts need to go somewhere, so I guess they can go there. And so hopefully that's it. If we've missed anything, it will start to stock up in this vacuum chest. So we do want to keep an eye on that every now and again, I guess. I think I might be missing a certain type of witch hat. Oh no, I guess we've got both kinds of witch hat here, so that's fine as well. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's do some void upgrades. I'm not going to leave this job half done. You know, we're pretty much like 95% of the way there on finishing this setup. So just to get it all done, and thank you for reminding me to eat chat, but just to get it all done and over with, I'm going to go ahead and make some void upgrades and get this done. And at which point we'll have spent almost an hour on just fixing our mob spawner and our storage drawer setup. But that's fine. That's fine. All right, what do I need for void upgrades? I think it's just obsidian, right? Yeah, I need a lot of obsidian. So how many drawers do we have? We got 5, 10, 14. And so 14 times 8 is like what? 80, 112, I want to say. Obsidian. That's quite a bit of obsidian, chat. Not going to lie. It's not a small amount of obsidian by any stretch of the imagination. But thankfully, the obsidian should not be too hard for us to get. Automate stone barrels with lava. We could automate it with stone barrels and lava, and we probably should. Much like in the last stream where I'm a fool. Much like in the last stream where we put down we did this for automating dirt. Actually, how much dirt do we have? 7. We don't get a lot of saplings, so I guess that makes sense. Also, real quick, let me filter out, add leaves to this filter before I forget. So you should also be pulling leaves out as well. But when we did this, we did it twofold, right? We set up the automation for the dirt, but then we also made the dirt manually because it was faster. We should set up automation for obsidian, so we don't have to do this in the future. But like the speed at which we get lava is so slow that for now, this is going to be the faster way, I think, to get a large amount of obsidian, even though it is a little bit tedious. We could look at making like a fluid placer. Like, that's just iron for the Inori crystal, and then the Certus quartz tanks do require Certus quartz dust, which I think we already have. Like a fluid placer would allow us to just fill the tank up, and then it would keep placing the water down beneath it, I think, maybe on like a timer. That might not be a terrible idea, because I think that would be maybe a faster way of producing obsidian rather than doing it with lava. You know what? Sure, let's give it a try, right? We can but try. Put a sink next to the fluid placer. That's also a good idea. Do we have sinks? We do. Nice. Yeah, we can have a sink, pump into a fluid placer, and then have the fluid placer placed down in front of that. And then I guess just make another advanced item collector, put it on a storage drawer, and boom, we've got hopefully unlimited obsidian. All right, sure. Let's do the sensible thing, I guess, of automating this whilst we're here. All right. Do I have a wooden barrel? I do indeed. I need one of these just so I can get some clay for the sink. So we'll just throw this down here for now. I do need to do at some point some more kind of some more island work. So the island isn't quite so much of a mess. Oh, we got 18 compressed dust. Jeez. All right. Again, a little bit tedious, but shouldn't take too long. What do we need? 5 clay blocks? Yeah, 5 clay blocks, 3 iron, and then 1 bucket of water. Should be pretty easy. All right, let me make this sink real quick, like so. Again, this is probably not going to be the final resting place of our obsidian setup, but for now I will put it here, just because it's already here. I'm going to very quickly, before I forget, move this, just so I can pick up this one piece of obsidian that I've accidentally placed down. There we go, all right. Now we can go put this back, like so. Okay, so the placer. So we need to go and get at least 2 Inori crystals. This guy right here. That is done by just throwing down some iron like so, without the lens of color. And also, I should probably do both at once as opposed to doing them individually. Nice, good stuff. I'll put the lens of color back on for the time being. What else do I need? I need some glass for the tank there. Did I start smelting up sand? I did not. That is fine. Sand should not... Oh, we've only got 48 glass right there. Never mind. And then Certus quartz dust we already have in abundance thanks to our sand sifting. So we'll take that, do a little crafting here for the quartz glass, and then it really shouldn't be too hard for us to get this. So how much do we need here? I think we need 16. Unless you get more than 1 tank. No, 16. Nice. And then a casing, which needs an iron casing, which needs sticks, and black quartz. Black quartz, I'm fairly certain we have left over from the last stream. We do indeed. Good stuff. Again, oh, we got more RIK in there as well. Look at that. Right there, 30. Again, storage is really on the top of my to-do list after this because I hate having to look through all of these chests and whatnot, trying to find items that we need. Like, it is just so tedious. But let's go ahead and grab one of you and craft that up into our fluid placer. Oh, we need 2 blocks of Inori crystals. Jeez. All right. In that case, let's get 2 iron blocks real quick here. And just give those a quick zap. Oh, is this an empower situation? No, don't make me empower this. It's not, right? No, it's not. Okay, but you can't do this? I guess that was like a custom recipe? Okay, that's fine. Whew. All right. For a second there, I thought I'd have to start empowering things, at which point I was gonna just give up on this idea entirely. Thankfully, I think we can just do this. Isaac, the lens. Oh, I'm an idiot. Thank you, chat. Let me get rid of this freaking lens. Put it in there for now. Oh my goodness. Thank you. See, this is why I stream on Twitch. If I didn't, I would miss all of these. I'd have spent, like, way too much time doing this. And yet he still zaps them individually. God damn it. There we go. All right. Anyway, we've now got the Inori crystals. Let's go ahead and make the casing. You got 32, which is kind of crazy. And then you only need 1 for the fluid placer. But now that we have that, we want it facing down here. Although I guess it doesn't matter, actually. We could put it facing this way like that. And then right now it's on deactivation mode, which I think is fine. I think that means it's going to automatically put the water down when it can. All we need to do now is actually pump the water into the fluid placer. For that, we can either use like fluid conduits, which would work. It would require a conduit binder, which is just sand, gravel, and clay. And then quite clear glass, which is unfortunately a little bit more difficult to make. I think the fluid ducts are going to be the easiest way for us to do this. It's just 2 copper and then 1 lead. And then just make like a servo for that. I think that would work quite nicely. So let's grab some copper, Shift K. You can't Shift K when you're looking in inventory, that's fine. Shift K and some lead. Shift K, nice. So 1 lead and 2 copper. And then I think we just need redstone, iron, and maybe glass for the servo. Yeah, 2 nuggets. Kapow. It's not vanilla. I'm not losing it, right? Like it's is it a mod that turns these nuggets sideways, or did Minecraft turn their nuggets sideways? Like what happened there? But anyway, let me go ahead and throw down a fluiduct like so. Throw down the servo on. Why on earth would it put it on that side? Holy, I clicked the wrong button there. We're gonna put it there. Set that to ignore redstone signal. Should start to fill it with water, and look at that. Beautiful. Nice. I don't know if the servo is what's slowing us down right now. Like, it takes a little bit of time. Oh, no, it seems like we are slowly but surely gaining water. So it looks like eventually this will be full of water. Iron nuggets aren't vanilla? Wait, what? No. Iron nuggets are vanilla? Yeah, come on, chat. Like, you can't pull that one on me. I'm a noob, but I'm not that much of a noob, right? I'm pretty sure that I know diamond nuggets aren't vanilla, but like iron nuggets and gold nuggets are vanilla, right? It says right there, it says Minecraft on it. Okay, good. All right, we need before I start clogging my inventory up with too much obsidian, what we do need to do is get a basic storage drawer. I guess we can probably put it like directly on. Oh, it's not. Just my luck that it goes down. There we go. I want it like that, and then I just want to get an advanced item collector and slap it on the top. So we do need 1 more ender pearl, but that's fine. Use the vacuum chest. We could use the vacuum chest, but we've got enough ender pearls and enough stuff to where I'm just going to go ahead and make the advanced item collector again. It just seems more sensible at this point. And just all around better than the vacuum chest. The only really like the reason we used the vacuum chest at the start is because we got it as a quest reward. If we didn't get it as a quest reward, I probably would have gone straight in with the item collectors here. And I am going to go ahead and again upgrade this to an advanced item collector. Not sure if we need to, but it doesn't hurt. At least not too much. Oh gosh, obsidian is spewing everywhere. We are, thankfully, like once we have all of this obsidian, making the void upgrade is going to be nice and easy, which means we can put a void upgrade on the obsidian generator so that we don't go, too crazy with the amount of obsidian that we get and have spewing everywhere. So for now, start down like that. Let's go start putting obsidian in there. Again, this is not the final destination. Oh, you do make a good point that we need to make the radius quite small. That is true. If I make the radius like 1 by 1 by 1, hopefully it picks it up before it goes too far out. Looks like it's doing it just fine. All right. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Gosh dang it. My inventories are just so full. I don't like it. Okay. We need a lot of wood because we need to make ourselves a bunch of void upgrades. That's what we were working on. That was the whole reason we needed so much obsidian in the first place. A ton of void upgrades. All right. So give me a bunch of chests. And then we'll upgrade most of those into, or at least a few of them into storage drawers. Let me see here real quick. Void upgrade. So we need what, 24 of these? Is that what I said? 5, 10, oh no, 14 of these. 14, which means we need 7 of these. We need, we'll go with 8 because we need one for the obsidian as well. So 8 of these, which means I just need 8 storage drawers here. And then a lot of chests, a lot of sticks. We need 64 sticks, I guess, 8 times 8. So just a stack of sticks will do. He says as he makes all of the possible sticks. That's fine. 9 will do. That's okay. And then, boom, nice, 15, which is, I believe, the exact amount that we need. So we'll throw 1 on there. Except it's not quite working. Again, this will, I'm going to bump it up for now. Actually, it's not going to pick anything else up, right? I'm fairly certain if I drop this on the ground, it can't pick anything else up because of the fact that it's adjacent to a storage drawer. So, like, it's fine. Yeah, because it's not, it can't put the item in there, it's not going to pick up anything other than obsidian anyway. So that's fine. Cooked apples are extremely good unless they nerfed them. I am aware, my friend. We do have 58 of them in here. We've got cooked apples lying around. I just keep forgetting to eat them. The advanced item collector is so good. It is real good, man. It is so very good. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Nice. All right. Finally, chat. An hour later, we've been live for a full hour, and finally, we have managed to finish the mob spawner over here. Now, all of the items should, hopefully, let's check our chest here. Oh, wow, look at that. So why is that not going anywhere? First question is, can the patient loot bag go in here? It can't. Okay, so that's going to have to go elsewhere. So, and then also we got stuff like the Osmium boots, which also don't go anywhere just yet. And the shovel. I'm not quite sure why that's not putting things into here. I don't know if that's because it can't move the creeper head. Like, I don't know if it tries doing them in order. I don't think it is. Translocator don't act that good with void upgrades. Really? Like, does the translocator not like moving into the... Is that why we're having issues here? Because of the void upgrades? Like, if I take that out, does it move the... Really? Oh. Really? Like, I have to... Oh, it's the trans... Oh, my goodness. Like, okay. So I guess the translocator doesn't like to try and push it in there if it can't. All right. So that's a problem. I changed it to item conduits. Yeah, I think that was the original plan, right? To use item conduits here. I think item conduits are going to make more sense with this. Yeah, you know what? Fine. Sure. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's make... The item conduits are very easy to make. The trickiest bit is getting the ability to make the pulsating iron. All we need is to get ourselves a induction smelter, which thankfully shouldn't be too difficult to make. It does require Invar, which is going to be a bit of a pain to make. We don't actually have we don't have a smeltery yet. And I'm kind of thinking about skipping the smeltery, maybe, or at least for now, and going in with the alloy kiln. How expensive is the alloy kiln here? Because this thing is pretty small. It's just sand, I assume normal sand, sandstone, and brick. I think I will go for that, just because you only need a 2x2 of this, and then you can make alloys. For the time being, we can put this down like right about here. And I believe I do need the engineer's hammer from immersive engineering to kind of finalize this, which, if I remember correctly, is just 2 sticks, which we have, a little bit of iron, which we have, and then just a little bit of string, which hopefully we have. Nice. And if memory... Oh, I think we need 2 iron, right? Memory serves me right. I think it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe... Nope. Apparently memory does not serve me right. That's fine. What is... It's the engineer's hammer, right? Engineer's hammer. Oh, you need... Oh, what? I need hemp? You can't make this with string? So they do all... If we need... Oh, we got hemp seeds. Nice. If we do ever need dandelions, we got a whole bunch of them. But we did manage to get quite a few hemp seeds here, actually, which is nice. I think we already have a hoe somewhere because we were using it to make our coarse dirt into normal dirt in the last episode. And so hopefully... Some fiber. Nice. All right. Flipping heck. So, chat, finally. Took us 15 minutes to get this engineer's hammer. But I think now we can go ahead and do... I think it's this, and this. Excuse me? I beg your pardon? Do I have to craft this into like... Oh, no. Industrial hemp fiber, 2 iron sticks, 2 iron, 2 sticks. There we go. Okay. It was just wrong in the crafting table. That's fine. All right, chat. Finally... Boom, we have an alloy kiln. So, if I throw some iron in there, and then quickly go and grab some nickel from our drawer over here, what we should be able to do is smelt those together into some Invar, use that Invar to get us a induction furnace, use that induction furnace to start making alloys. So, essentially, we're going to make an induction furnace to get rid of this alloy kiln. I don't think that you can make pulsating iron in the alloy kiln. Although that would be super neat. Yeah, unfortunately, that recipe has not been added. It would have been cool, though, if we could have made, like, the pulsating iron just directly in the alloy kiln. But nevertheless, take some nickel. We're doing a little bit of fuel. For now, we will just use maybe just wood, I guess. I don't know if you can put wood in here. It looks like the kind of block that it might need coal. But maybe I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Nice. So, reception coil, kapow, copper gears, boom. And I think, chat... then we're good to go. Nice. So again, for now, we're going to put this down over by our coal generator, just because it's the only place right now that can generate power at all. And then we're going to unlock this left slot there. And finally, we're going to throw in an iron ingot. And then if we quickly go and grab ourselves a ender pearl, finally, chat, we should be able to make some item conduits and get some use out of our freaking item speed upgrades that we got as a quest reward many moons ago. I did see a second ago as well that we completed many quests in like the last 5 minutes, like just crafting all this stuff here has completed quite a lot of the quests. So maybe, chat, maybe we might have enough to get that saturation upgrade, right? I think we've got like 30 RAK right now. And so it's possible, yeah, we've got 30 RAK there. So we only need like 35 more before we've got what it takes to get this saturation totem, which will be very nice indeed. Let's have a look. What did we complete? Void upgrade, 5 more RAK. I assume we did quite a few in the, or at least 1 or 2, I should say, in the thermal expansion quest line, wherever that is. Yeah, we made the basic machine frame, which apparently is not a quest worthy of RAK, unfortunately. And then, is there not a quest for the... Oh, there is a quest for the induction smelter. It just didn't register it. That is fine. I assume if I pick it up, it will register. I want the music. There it is. Nice. So that's 5 more RAK there, taking us to a grand total of 50 RAK. Chat, we are coming in pretty quick here on the 65 needed, you know? If it's 5 per quest, then we only need 3 more quests to get up to that saturation, which is definitely something that I'm looking forward to doing. So now we've got sand, we've got gravel, we've got clay. We should be able to go and craft those up into some, not grout. We could get grout, but we don't need for the smeltery, but we're not making that just yet. We are making the item conduit, and thus we need to get ourselves some conduit binder, which is made from this binder composite. So we'll make quite a few of those because we are going to need more conduits going forward. Smelt that up real quick, and then once we've got 6, finally, we should be good to go. And also, was that another quest complete? I think it was. Let me go see if there is an End.io quest line further down here, maybe? Or is it further up? Oh, it's here. But there isn't a quest for it? Maybe it was just an achievement, not a quest? That's fine. Okie dokie. So, yeah, it's just like a little achievement there. It's not a quest reward, unfortunately. But finally, chat, after all this time, kapow, we can get ourselves 8 item conduits. We can put these 15 item conduit speed upgrades, which are in here somewhere. They're in my inventory, you fools. Never mind. All right, we've got the honors. Let's go and throw these over here. So, get rid of the translocators. They were good while they lasted, and I might put them... I can't break these with a... Excuse me? Hopefully the loopback storage retains its... It does. Okay, whew. I was going to be a little annoyed there. I was going to say, like, that was taking a while to harvest. I think that broke. Yeah, the server's just a little laggy right now. 10 TPS. Meteor falling. What? Everything okay over there, Kiss? But the good thing now is that we can go ahead and we can set this one to insert, and we can put its priority up, right? So we put this like a priority of 2 and leave this at a priority of like 1. It's going to go ahead and insert here first if it can, and then into the draw controller. Over here, we're going to have it to extract. We'll put in all 15 extract speed upgrades. Probably don't need all of them, but we'll put them in there for now, and then set this to always active. So now it should go ahead and move everything out of here and put it into the respective locations. I think priority 2 means that the priority is higher, right? Like it's going to go there first. Look in the sky, Isaac. There was a meteor falling. I don't see it, man. Okay. So is this working? You can tell it's definitely nowhere near as fast as the translocator, even with the item speed upgrades. Like, it's not moving them anywhere near as fast as it did before, which is a shame, really. But whilst we wait for this to do its thing, I guess we do still have one more item that we need to make for our mob spawner, and that is the anti-barrel. The anti-barrels are going to allow us to store all of those kind of stray items that don't stack. And again, thanks to the fact that we do now have a surplus of ender pearls, it shouldn't take too long. Nice. Okay, that shouldn't be too difficult. And finally, chat, after all of that faffing about, after all that time that it took to make all of this stuff work, we should have a mob farm that is functional, that is sustainable, and that works. I think. So we're going to put the barrel like there for now. We're going to set this priority to 0. So 2, 1, 0. So it should try going here first. If it can't, go in here. And if it can't, go in the item barrel. Okay? So insert and boom. Look at that. So it can store up to 100,000 types. And so from what I've been told, it's 100,000 different items. So hopefully that works. And again, you can see we've managed to clear through the vacuum chest. Oh, finally, chat, it's happened. It does look like we have a few items that yet do not have a drawer to go into. Like we've got 2 items here that don't have anywhere to go. So we might have to make one more drawer here. We might not be finished just yet, unless there's a duplicate here that I'm not seeing, or an empty slot, which I don't think there is. But I think we need 2 more slots, one for ender crystals and one for iron ingots. That's fine. And at that point, we'll be done. Boom. All right, there's the iron, and there's that. All right, let's go ahead and lock that up, like so. That's not what I want to do. I want to lock this up. There we go. Put in the upgrade, and I guess actually, in the interest of getting this completely and utterly completed, we should go ahead and grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 of you. We should go ahead and make a void upgrade, right? I think it's unlikely that we're gonna get so many iron ingots or so many ender shards that we need the void upgrade here, but in the interest of being able to just kind of like have this mob spawner be fully just automated and able to run forever. Boom. All right. Finally, it's done. All right. So now that that bit of the stream is taken care of, there were a couple of other things that I wanted to work on, right? The first thing that I want to work on, or one of the first things I want to work on, is auto sifting. Right? In the last stream, we set up our mechanical user, and we've been using that, or we can use that, to auto sift. And it's one of the reasons why we have this lower platform. And actually, speaking of the lower platform, before I forget, let me eat, and let me go and make an elevator from open block so we can more easily travel from the upper level to the lower level without having to put water down every single time. Should be easy enough to do with that and some string. We only need 8 of these, and I think we do have like a block of wool there, so... I don't like that it takes all of those away. I only want 8. Thank you. You should put on that armor. Oh, the armor that's in here and half broken. You're probably right. I mean, I feel like it's... When it's got 0 durability. Like, I didn't know that was possible. It actually has a durability of just 0. I'm going to hold off for now. If I ever go to fight something, I will swap out. I don't intend to fight anything on the platform here, but if I ever do go to fight something... Chat, please remind me that I have better armor elsewhere, and the fool that I am, I need more wool because I need 2 of these elevators, but that's fine. Isaac, you've been streaming for an hour and 45 minutes and have no AE2 system yet. Tell me about it, man. Tell me about it. I need it. I was told before the stream started, though, that in order to get into applied energistics, we do have to go through mystical agriculture. Like, in order to make the presses that we need to make the engineering circuits. I'm not quite sure how we do it with modular machinery, but to do it the old-fashioned way, you need the inscriber presses, and to get those, you need to go through and get the Cetus Quartz essence. I think it was the same way in Project Ozone Light, so that shouldn't be too difficult. It doesn't mean we have to go through and get like the intermediate essence. We got to go through the tiers here to make that. Thankfully, we should already have quite a bit of essence in our spawner, he says. Looking at the spawner and seeing no essence? Really? Like, we got no inferium essence? Oh, no, we do. I'm a blind man. Ignore me, chat. We got 221 inferium essence. Ignore me, chat. You didn't hear that, all right? But thank you to those who pointed it out. Anyway, real quick, let me go ahead and do... This is why I need an AE2 system, right? So that I can put a storage bus even on that storage drawer, and then just type things in to find them instead of having to use my eyes, because apparently my eyes just don't work, chat. You know, and that's fine. So I think for now, I'll probably put the elevator like here. I know there's no like bottom bit yet to collect me, but we can do that. All right, there we go. So hopefully that works. Nice. Just to make this a little bit more secure, because otherwise I'm probably going to fall off it. I'm just going to do something like this and kind of build this out just a little bit so that there is space for me to move around when I land down here. There we go. All right. Also, we could do with some more torches down here, as there are a few yellow spots. Not a huge deal, but if a blood moon hits, it could be the end of us. Not to be confused with The Last of Us. All right. Boom. And boom. Nice. Okay, so getting back to what I was on about, I was going to say that we got the mechanical user, and we could put down another mechanical user here and another mechanical user here, make a bunch of meshes, and then have one set for each of the 3 core resources, one for gravel, one for sand, one for dust. But before today's stream started, I was shown that the other autosieve, that being this one right here, the shaky autosieve, can actually be quite fast. Not super fast, and I still think the mechanical user can get faster, like at its peak, but you can make these auto sifters pretty quick. And so in the interest of mixing things up a little bit, in the interest of doing things a little bit differently to how I normally do things, I think I'm going to try and set up at least one of these auto sifters using the sifter from Ex Nihilo Creatio, and just seeing how fast we can get it. Now, the way that you make it faster, or the fastest you can, is by putting down more water wheels, like a crazy number of water wheels. I've been told that the speed cap for water wheels is 16, so ideally we want to make 12 more water wheels here, and that should get us like the fastest sieve possible. The downside, I have been told, is that they cause a little bit of lag, so we're probably not going to keep them forever. But in the short term, I kind of just want to see if we can make this work. What I will probably do, actually, is I'm going to pick all these up and we're going to move it up by one. Because we, of course, need a big old line of water mills going behind this. And so, for now, we'll have this one be slightly higher up than the other two. Okay? Just to test this out. And I think we're going to need a new wand here. Yeah. All right, that's fine. I can build this manually for now. I think there's some sort of auto feeder for the rock candy, if you're interested. Really? I did see that we do have the rock candy. There's a rock candy stick at rock candy. A candy infuser, a candy block, a candy dispenser is active false. Is this it? I'm a little dubious about the rock candy because the last time we ate it, or started to eat it, it damaged us. So I'd be a little cautious about having something that auto-fed us that. Like, is that going to auto-damage us? I quite like the look of this as well. Like, it looks different. Wait, what the hell is this? Just you wait, my friend. This is an auto-sieve from Ex Nihilo Creatio. If you haven't seen this before, you are in for a treat, my friend, because it is insane. Is what it is. It's bananas. All right. We need 12 more water wheels. Do we have what it takes? I need a lot of sticks. Thankfully, I'm pretty sure we already have a lot of sticks lying around in at least one of these chests. We've got 64 in there. And then, boom. That's 8 more. What are we missing? We're missing more middle bits, which just needs more cobblestone. Okay. So, 1, 2. I guess we should go until we have one left, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, a couple on there because I need to keep building. 13, 14, 15, 16, and then I guess a back one just so we can close it off our walk around. Okay. Hopefully these all don't have to be in the same chunk. That would seem somewhat sensible if they did. You could put torches on top of them. Beautiful. Okie dokie. Nice. And then I guess what we'll do is we'll have like wood coming along like that. But I think all we got to do now, chat, is just have... Oh, I guess... we could have wood coming along like that, but it's going to make it a bit awkward. And it's going to look horrible if we just have, like, water flowing down like that, but let's see. it might be fine. I'm going to move this real quick. Yeah, I'm going to move this just so I can... I'd have to keep running so far back to get to it. So if you look in the... in Whale at the top there, you'll see right now it says effective rotation 0.5. Right, and then unrotation 0.5. As we add more water to more of these, it should say, you'll see that effective rotation is 1, effective rotation is 1.5, and as we fill all of these in with water, we should see that effective rotation go all the way up to 8, right? Once we get to the full 16 water wheels, each one providing additional rotation of 0.5, eventually, we should get to an effective rotation of 8. At which point, it should be nice and fast. Our waterfall is going to spawn squid. That's true. I think we can block this off, actually. Like, we don't need it. It doesn't need to flow like this. Also, I do love the physics of the water flows that way, but yet the wheel spins this way. I don't quite understand how that works. I really wish, like, mod author, if you're watching, I really wish that these would unify. Like, I hate the way that this... Look how ridiculous it looks. But anyway, nevertheless, if we come back to the end here, the effective rotation is 8. And so now, the shaking is quite vigorous. If we go ahead and we put in one of these... Oh, we need to put in the meshes first, right? Let me take these meshes out real quick. Just so we have something to work with. Thankfully, they do stack, which is very nice indeed. But if we take these out and we throw these in over here... It's not ultra fast, chat. So I'm gonna lower your expectations right from the right from the get-go here. It's far from ultra fast, but it's not bad. So if we put in gravel, you can see it's sifting away, right? Now compared with the auto sieve I think is probably about as fast. The mechanical user, that is, not the auto sieve. I think the mechanical user is about as fast, and also, it's important to point out, significantly easier and less laggy, but, you know, also maybe less interesting. So, see, does this work? So yeah, you can see the mechanical user is about that fast. So a couple of seconds for every, like, level that it goes down there. Really, the next thing, I guess, that we need to do, right, is produce the cobblestone automatically, which we can do by making more of these cobblestone generators, have that cobblestone automatically turned into sand, gravel, and dust, have that sand, gravel, and dust automatically fed to either a mechanical user or to the bottom of the sifter, and then have like an advanced item collector collect all those resources, and maybe for now just pump them into like a storage drawer, or maybe into, I was going to say a storage crate, and hopefully eventually into a storage drawer, and then after that have them automatically processed, pumped through, hopefully what is like an emerald furnace, or at least a fast furnace that doubles the outputs, and onto an AE system or just another storage drawer where they can be stored. Oh yeah, and the ender pearl furnace, of course. You make a good point. Oh, I keep forgetting. I need like a big old to-do list of things, because I do keep saying things and I'm forgetting to do them ever. But we can indeed upgrade to the ender pearl furnace. We're still a fair ways away from this one. Actually, I mean, I guess the only thing we're missing is the nether star, right? Like, nether brick's easy enough. We can get the blaze rods. It's only the nether star, which again is the most difficult bit. If we go through the patient loot bag enough, we could probably get the zenith furnace, but I only need 8 ender pearls here. So we'll take those, and then let's go upgrade our furnace, shall we? Let's not forget to empty the furnace out beforehand, because otherwise you will lose everything that's inside of it, and that is not what I want to do. But very quickly here, we can go and upgrade that to the next tier, cutting our cook time in half from 60 down to 30 ticks, which is 1.5 seconds. That time is then reduced even further with the speed upgrade here. So how fast is this? Oh yeah, look at that. That is pretty quick. That's like 1 a tick, maybe, like 1 every 20 ticks, or once a second. 1 a tick is the zenith furnace, but about once a second, I think there. Very nice. Very nice indeed. All right, let's grab our last bucket of lava, Kappa, and then craft up our final cobblestone generator. We might not have needed 3 cobblestone generators. It's possible we could feed all 3 sifters maybe on one, but I don't think it's going to hurt us to have multiple. And then let's also go ahead and grab some more iron, Shift-K that down, and Shift-K that down as well, because we're going to need it for upgrading this to the next tier. But that should work out quite nicely. The next question really, chat, is what machine or what process do we want to use for turning our cobble to gravel, gravel to sand, sand to dust? My default instinct is pulverizers, but again, I always use pulverizers, so I'm open to other methods if people have suggestions. Try using an igneous extruder. There are upgrades that make it... Oh, that can go straight up to... Really? Oh, there is actually, right. Okay, so that's a fair point. I always forget about the igneous extruder and the fact that we can work with that. So water is not unconsumed is a big one, and maybe not so much. Allows for the creation of sedimentary rock. Igneous rock cannot be created. So, hold on then. Gravel. Can we make gravel in the igneous extruder? 6th tab on the 2nd page for the gravel. Oh, this one. Ah, I see. So we can use the igneous extruder with the clastic deposition augment, which is made with, oh my goodness, aerothium dust. Nitro we've got, I think. from the mob farm, and then blitz powder. I think we have blitz rods, right? Let me check. We do have blitz rods. Nice. So we can do that. Can we do the same with sand then? Can we get like sand through an augment for the igneous extruder? We can. Oh yeah, of course. We did this in Ultimate Alchemy. Nick and I did this, right? To make like diorite, I think it was. But with this upgrade, you get like a little arrow, so you can kind of pick what you want to make. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually. So sure, this doesn't seem too bad. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and make the, let's make 3 igneous extruders. We did just make 3 cobblestone generators, which now we don't need, but that's fine. I'm sure we'll find a use for them at some point in the future. We need so much storage, man. Jeez. But yeah, let's go ahead and make some igneous. I always spell it with the N before the G for some reason. It's not right, but I do it every time. Let's see about making some of these. All right, so let's go ahead and do this and this. We'll go ahead and grab 3 of those. And I think, chat, that should be everything we need to go ahead and make those. We do need 6 invar. How much invar? Actually, I should have 6 invar in here, I think. We do. We got 24. Nice. All right, get us 3 igneous extruders, and then the hardest bit is going to make 3 of these clastic depositions. So for that, we need a bunch of nickel. It shouldn't be too bad, actually, looking at it. That's another quest, chat. I think we're only 2 quests away now. We've got 6 heroes in here as well, which is nice. But I think we're only 2 quests away now, chat, from... Oh, 1 quest away, chat, I think, from being able to get that saturation module. I am very excited. Let me see. Let me claim those. Let me claim that. Let me get the let me get my hands on the RAK here. So that's 10 more. I think we're at 60. We are at 60 RAK. So we are very close to that 65 RAK for the saturation upgrade. I am looking forward to it. Boom, boom, boom. What else do we need? We need 6 lead plates. We need more of these. We need electrum, which means we are going to get some silver and put the gold and silver into our alloy maker. But again, that's fine. Does Project Ozone 3 have storage scanners? I would assume so, from RF Tools. And also, you're a genius. I forgot these existed. No! They've made it more expensive. Kaz, you madman! Why would you do this? Landcraft. So they do have storage scanners. Alas, anything from RF Tools has been gated in some way. These might not be too difficult to get, honestly. I'm not too sure. I don't know how we get the Landcraft ore. Or ingots. I don't know how that works. But it's definitely been a tweaked recipe. Landia is a dimension from Landcraft, I believe. Oh, really? Okay, that makes sense. The hammer does automatically put the pull the ingots from your inventory and put it on here as well, which is nice. That's 5 and 6. Good stuff. So, let's go ahead back once more. Igneous extruder. Clastic deposition. So all we're missing now is the aerothium dust. So we need 3 aerothium dust. You get 2 at a time, so we need 4 blitz powder, which means we need 2 blitz rods. Sure thing. Does not sound too difficult whatsoever. If you make a large enough storage crate, it will fill with ingots, and you can connect to the crafting station. That's a fair point, actually. We could look to upgrade our storage crate. I think we do need to get into empowering with that, because I know we need, at least for the second tier, or for the third tier, I should say, the medium storage crate might not need the empowerer, but then we could definitely put that next to the Tinker's table and have that work. I think I'd rather just work on, also we need niter, but I think I'd just rather work on trying to get to early game applied energistics, which I don't think is going to be too difficult, albeit maybe a little bit grindy. Food, Isaac. Don't forget to eat. Do not forget to eat. Where am I? Why do I keep putting my cooked apples away? And where do I keep putting my cooked apples? There they are. I keep putting them away because my inventory is full of trash, but yeah, here we go. Let's get you, and boom. Nice. So now we have 3 igneous extruders and 3 clastic deposition augments. Nice. So, really, chat, the next big hurdle that we face is just trying to get power, right? Like, we don't have, right now, our one and only source of redstone flux is this guy over here, this coal generator from Actual Editions. So, hopefully, the next thing we can work on is getting some power, transferring that power over to our igneous extruder. At which point, I'm fairly certain all we need to do here is just put this down, preferably underneath the center block there, which is that one. And I'm pretty sure the way this works is we just put this down like this. We might have to upgrade this, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, you can't put an upgrade in until you have the other upgrades that I've forgotten the name of. These ones here, the hardened upgrade kit, the reinforced upgrade kit, the signalum, and the resonant upgrade kit. So we can make these. Once we made these, we can then go ahead and put the upgrades into the ignis extruder here. Whereas this one, it's right about there. I think we can probably make those fairly easily. For the most part, they're just Invar and redstone. Solar is pretty powerful. Mechanism power. Oh, I forget how good mechanism power is, of course. The wind turbines are pretty crazy, right? What do I need here? I need... we've got... How much Invar do we have? We've got 18. You only need 4 per thing. We don't need bronze. I do think, if I'm not mistaken, that this alloy kiln can make bronze with copper and tin. Might need more copper, though. So I should get some smelting up nonetheless. Okay, the mechanism stuff might be gated. I'll take a look in a second here. It wouldn't surprise me if it was. Let's have a look. Is it turbine or is it windmill? So that looks pretty similar. Osmium, enriched alloy. The metallurgic infuser is just a default recipe. No, it all looks pretty simple and can probably produce quite a large amount of redstone flux. So we might go with the wind generators. I'm not too sure yet. They are very good, but again, it's also something I've done quite a few times before. So maybe we'll try and mix it up. I'm not too sure, but again, they are pretty nice, especially in the early game here. What was I after? I was after the hardened upgrade kit. This guy right here. So I need 3 gears and boom, boom. And so now all we need to do, there's our quest as well. So we now have enough RAK to grab that saturation upgrade, which is very nice indeed. Oh, so many upgrades. I love it. And then we can just go ahead and set one to gravel. We can set one to sand, and we can set one, hopefully, I didn't check, but I'm hoping we can set one to dust. He said, not confident at all that this is doable. No. I've been foiled at the last step, chat. You cannot make dust with the augment. Gosh dang it. I guess I can make sand and then put a pulverizer above it or something. I guess that's what we're going to have to do there. Gosh dang it. Does that work? Let me check the pulverizer recipe real quick. It does. Nice. There's a 5% chance to get extra as well. Bamboozled. I have been bamboozled at the last second here. Gosh dang it. That's fine though. That's fine. Let me quickly go ahead and claim some of these rewards here. We got the one for Electrum. We got the reward for Bronze. We got the reward for the Invar upgrade. Did we get any other rewards? I don't think so. We've already claimed these. That's fine. Chat. Finally, we can go over to the rewards quest line. We can go to saturation. We can hand in 64 RAK to claim our 1 ability totem for saturation. And we've got 89 levels. 58 player levels per saturation level. Look at that. Look at that. It just fills the hunger up. And so now I can sprint around. I can take damage. My saturation will fall, but then it will just feed me automatically. These cooked apples, I no longer have to worry about. I can just throw them into one of my crates. Oh, I love it. Just infinite, eternal saturation. We have infinite food. It's true that we don't need saturation because we've got infinite food, but like, it's so much more of a pain having to go find the food and then feed myself. I would much rather pay the 64 RAK and just have to never worry about eating again, like never finding the apples and having to shove them down my face. Instead, I can just wander around and just essentially nullify the hunger mechanic entirely. I think that's going to make our lives just a whole heck of a lot easier. Well, chat, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up there for today. We're very close to being able to automate our sifting system over here. At the start of the next episode, we'll come back. We'll get ourselves some form of power generation. We'll get ourselves a mechanical user. We'll finish up producing gravel, sand, and dust. we'll get all that automated. We'll get some more advanced item collectors. We'll start collecting those. We'll use something like maybe a compactor to start automatically crafting these iron ore pieces and all the different ore pieces into chunks, and then smelting them automatically. We can make really, I think, as many of these endist furnaces as we want at this point. They're not particularly expensive, and so we should be able to process our ores very quickly indeed. And then also probably look towards setting up another storage draw system nearby to store all of the ingots and all of the sifting wares that we get from our auto sifting setup. And then finally, hopefully in the next stream, or maybe the stream after, or maybe the stream after that, but hopefully soon, we'll look towards getting a basic applied energy 62 system up and running so we don't have to keep an ever-increasing number of chests and having to scan through all of them to try and find all of our stuff, guys. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up today's stream there for today. As always, if you didn't know the stream and you haven't done so already, be sure to hit follow to get notified as soon as I go live in the future. A huge thanks to everybody who watched and also to everybody who subscribed and donated bits throughout the course of today's stream. You guys are far too generous and support me to a whole heck of a lot. Allows me to keep doing this kind of stuff in the future. As always, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!